I got enemies. I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy. I got enemies.
500,000 Kenya shillings. That journey starts now with Qualifier 1 beginning today. The teams that signed up for Qualifier 1 will be duking it out on 4 maps. This is the Pro Series Gaming Mobile Masters Finals. 20,000 Kenya shillings on the line today in both Battle Royale. 9 seconds. Waziju is running down the clock, but
He wins. He
wastes the
plays
time, but he
down.
gets the snipe. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
What a way to win the game.
On the last 3 seconds. Are you kidding? Swept through as it's finally going, settling the way of the yellows. Malawi threatening exactly what everyone did not expect they do, and that's a comeback. Jones holds from the low ground, and ex-wife spot out a snipe from a long distance. What can he do there? Oh, get one shot off! Oh my goodness! Can he finish the job? To find an inch into the hill. Destroyed. Malawi hold the line. Malawi hold the line. Malawi hold the line for a comeback. Malawi hold the line for a comeback. It's 202.06. They come back. This is it, people. 500,000 Kenya shillings. That journey starts now with Qualifier 1 beginning today. The teams that signed up for Qualifier 1 will be Hello. Welcome to another beautiful week of the Up and Gunning Weekly Scrims brought to you by 10 and 80. I'm your maestro of mayhem, Eugene Abu Dhabi. Let's get this show on the road. Fam. Let's do
Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom. Hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was
This
dark.
week, what do we have on the fight
Fast.
card?
You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
Falcon
All of you. I know you
Gaming
got
face
him.
up against
I know you got him,
Therapy
Dick.
Esports in
But
the
the man's in
semifinals
trouble.
this week.
I'm gonna show you how
Next
great
up,
I am.
It's aiming on the beat.
It's Rank Nerds versus Storm Force, a new entry into the Up and Gunning series. Always nice to have fresh faces around, fresh meat delivery. Always nice. It's always nice to have fresh meat. I was trying to balance out the music. It was a bit loud. The music was a bit loud compared to the voice. But now you can hear me. Now I'm certain you can hear me. Well, once again, first up, it's Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports. Now Falcon Gaming, represented by new CMR Daddy Extra, DA Muha, DL Bobs, and Amine.
Therapy Esports, represented by Kicks, Charles, Denzel, Tyson, and Bad Boy. Well, we're going in for the first one. The first one was on Hardpoint. Hardpoint on Raid is the venue for this first fight. Hardpoint on Raid, the venue for this first fight today. The first matchup. Hardpoint on Raid. As we wait for the game to load up, Hardpoint on Raid is where we're headed up first. Hardpoint on Raid is where we're headed up first. Once again, this is Falcon Esports, Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports. Falcon in blue, Therapy in yellow there. Falcon having Moha, CMR, Bobs, Daddy Extra, and Almine throwing the line for them. Kicks, Charles, Tyson, Bad Boy, and Denzel representing a Therapy Esports. There might be a bit of a lag on my end, but I hope the game clears that one up fast. Hoping it clears up fast. Waiting for the game to send me in. The game clears that one up fast. Sends me in quickly. It doesn't seem to be doing so. Doesn't seem to be doing so fast enough. I'm still just waiting. Still just waiting. Still just waiting for the game to send me in. Right now, it's just a waiting game for me. Just a waiting game for me. I was trying to turn up the levels on my mic. What's happening? I think, should I restart my game? I might have to restart my code. What's happening? Let me restart my code. Sorry guys. It's not me who just got left out of the lobby. Either way, the team that's going up right now, that's battling it out right now rather, is Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports. Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports currently in progress. Trying to open the game right now. 1 second, give me a bit. Bear with me here. I don't know what the freeze was about, but Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports is the game that's supposed to be happening right now, or currently is in progress. I hope we won't find it too far along in the hardpoint match. They're currently going at it on hardpoint on raid. Hardpoint on raid is where they're at. Hold on, just send me into the game already. Come on, guys. Connect. It's already in the game, please. As we go straight into it, hoping it will just send us straight into the action. This is Falcon Gaming in blue versus Therapy Esports in yellow there. Jesus, finally.
Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Alright. And we're in the game, we're live. As we wait for this to set up,
Hardpoint
set in.
identified.
I don't think it happened last week.
Hardpoint
But right now, in yellow, once again, Therapy Esports was in yellow. They currently have a slight lead. 123 on 102 is the current lead as it stands. Therapy Esports in yellow. Falcon Gaming in blue. I'm gonna wait for the game to set.
Hardpoint locked down.
If I keep clearing the RAM, the more it's gonna have. So let me just wait for the game to set in. Playing on an emulator is a bit difficult. But watching this on an emulator is hard work.
Hardpoint contested. We tied for the lead.
Right now, 129 on 128 is the current score. Hold on. It's gonna set in. 1 second. Just put this straight into the full screen.
Hardpoint identified. We've taken the lead. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
142 on 133. Falcon Gaming have taken the lead in this matchup. Daddy Extra. That is, if this lag could just settle.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint is ours. We've taken the lead.
Sorry guys, bear with me. Everything's gonna settle down. We're on Denzel right now. He's holding the CBR4. Switching it up to Charles. On Therapy Esports. Once again, Therapy Esports are in yellow.
Hardpoint
Control of the hill
identified.
right now is up in the air.
Hardpoint locked down.
As it moves up to the Lambo, the garage side, Charles, facing up against CMR, wins the gunfight by that Lambo. Charles taken out in a more predator-like manner. And right now, Falcon Gaming have control of the hill, trying to make some sort of comeback, trying to muster up some sort of response. 160 on 173 is the current score.
Target down.
Run Charles. Let's play hide and go seek. As Therapy Esports control the current hill, Charles solo effort against Muha, who's on the outskirts. Going to try and force his way in. Muha still out there. Fresh off the respawn. Daddy Extra following through. Muha with a CBR4 deadly missed.
We've taken the lead.
Charles still shredding. Right now, Therapy Esports in yellow, controlling. Heavily. A firm grasp as the streaks coming through. Predator missile gets the mark. Rather misses it. Didn't hit anyone actually. Tyson predictably going for the next one. Meets Bobs, who's waiting there. Dropped Tyson against Almin, who drops him in return. Daddy Extra will come through and try to get some scrap time in the hill. Trying to bring this back as they hit the 200 mark. Falcon Gaming to try and make a sort of comeback to win game one of 3 on this hardpoint matchup. The SKS, that marksman rifle that fires like an automaton.
Tango down.
Charles moves through with a PP Bison.
Hostiles have the hard point.
That diamond Bison can, I was going to say do no wrong against Almin. Turned out it was the other way. Daddy Extra on the Annihilator cleans house. Sees Denzel dropped, but Kicks stops him in his tracks. Kicks coming through to try again, maintain the lead, and it's about to be GG's as the hill rotates to where it started, hill number 1, where Therapy Esports are about to take their first win. All too momentarily, as Falcon try to defend, they hold the line, send bodies in. It's still all blue just for the moment. Muha is still in there for the defense. Bobs just gets dropped. Muha still doing a solo effort. The contest comes through. It's Charles. Charles is dropped. They finally about to hit the 200 mark. Contest. Denzel on Muha to send them GG's on hardpoint. Therapy Esports take game 1. Game set and done as we head into Search and Destroy. Nice segue into that matchup. A proper segue into Search and Destroy, giving Therapy Esports the first win.
It's aiming on the beat.
The first win of Hardpoint goes straight to Therapy Esports, who take a comfortable win. Not a comfortable one. They had to scrap for it at the end. But they have the win either way. We're going to segue nicely into Search and Destroy now. Remember, the semi-finals are usually a best of 3s. Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and if necessary, Control. The finals are where best of 5s and must see a control match go down. You must see a control match go down in the finals. Somehow. Somehow it must happen. A control match must happen in the finals. Either way, that's for later. Right now, our biggest problem is Search and Destroy. S&D is where we're headed. S&D is where we're headed. S&D's next matchup. Map choice, peculiar one. It's standoff. Bread and butter map in the Call of Duty series. One we see being picked on a regular basis week to week. Standoff is a regular choice in this for pro esports violence on Call of Duty.
Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you.
Standoff is where we're going either way. Will we see the snipes? This is what everyone looks forward to when it comes to search and destroy. It's pretty much what anyone looks forward to in search and destroy. Proper snipes that make a grown man scream. Sniping action. Okay, make a grown man squeal. That's what we're looking forward to. And these players, I hope they entertain us. Once again, for those just joining in, it's Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports. Therapy just took game 1, which is Hardpoint. Hardpoint goes the way of Therapy Esports as we segue nicely into search and destroy on a bread and butter map in the Call of Duty series. That is a standoff. That is standoff. Standoff is where we're headed now. In blue, Falcon Gaming, King, Daddy Extra, CMR, and Moha. Therapy Esports repped by Charles, Khalid, now the super sub, Denzel, T Black, another super sub, and Bad Boy. We are ripe for search and destroy as we get this show on the road. No more interruptions. Let's pause the music and get straight into the action. Search and destroy is where we stand as the yellows, Therapy Esports, get cleaned out early on in the matchup. T Black and Bad Boy are the only ones left. Bad Boy, I stand corrected, commentators curse. T Black gets dropped by Muha. Bad Boy, the only one left with the LK-24, facing up against a 1v5. Therapy Esports completely being squashed heavily in the first round. Oh, as Bad Boy takes one down, CMR. There's a SK, yes, but cleaned out by King with his sniper.
Enemy has
I'm gonna
dropped
go
the
straight to
bomb.
King,
Bomb
speaking of,
spotted.
who's now holding a sniper there. And by sniping, this man has found his way to my heart. He knows how to reach us. The DLQ, sniping action. And who's gonna be first blood? Carrying the bomb, bearing the responsibility for Therapy Esports, it's Bad Boy yet again, who's gonna go straight at the A point.
The bomb has been planted.
Gonna try and put Falcon Gaming on notice. They have to make a move now. As Elmine dropped by Charles. Charles, who took out 2 for the price of 1. T Black comes in as backup. Gonna try and check out CMR. CMR. On the other side, T-Black. Try to switch weapons at the wrong time as Daddy Extra takes out Denzel elsewhere on the map. CMR now going for the ninja defuse. Charles, can he get there in time? No, he can't. Defuse.
Bomb defused.
Done and dusted, giving a 2-cushion lead. A 2-round lead. A proper cushion for Falcon Gaming now.
Defend the objective. The bomb.
Flashbang.
Right now. Spraying and praying. Denzel dropped by Muhad. Long distance. King still trying to snipe elsewhere. Can't catch anyone. Because there is no one to see. Nothing to find. Nothing to see here. Charles bearing responsibility for the bomb. In the mid-house. T-Black gonna snipe and catches Muha. T-Black doing some sniping on his own. And he might see CMR from a long distance. He's now holding a car. L-car. Daddy Extra. Gonna make the mistake of peeking out. Daddy Extra decides to duck out into the alleyway. Might be the right choice, but he's going to go back and face up the fight. T-Black is waiting for him. T-Black is hurt. Daddy Extra on the switchblade. Doing the most, and Charles is down. Khalid comes through and cannot match up on that gunfight, but Bad Boy trades in with the LK-24.
Enemy has dropped the bomb. Last man standing. Finish it.
Bad Boy
Bomb acquired.
jumping over the fence, mate. Parkour
Bomb
against Almine and loses the gunfight.
Nice work.
3-round lead on this search and destroy matchup.
Bomb
No
spotted.
response from
Enemy
Therapy
has dropped
Esports,
the
who
bomb.
took hardpoint. We just might see a control match in the semi-final.
Destroy the objective. We got the bomb.
Push and shove with these guys. The audacity not to lose early, man. But the Extra comes through to try and fire through the alleyway. Oh, he takes Bad Boy down. This time, Falcon charged with the responsibility. Still, actually, not this time. They're still charged with the responsibility of playing counter-terrorist on the defense. One member of Therapy falls. Bad Boy goes first blood. Khalid might go down second. Not might anymore. He does. Charles, about to meet the same fate. If he doesn't take any drastic measures. Doesn't know he's right there. Sneaky in the SPR. The marksman rifle gets Moa. Can he catch him? Will he catch Moa? And he does. Proper reflexes from Charles. Proper reflexes from Charles. Oh, Charles putting on a show. Putting on a show. As he goes in to plant the bomb. CMR trying to play for time, and he does so successfully, giving a round cushion, an extension.
Ready for the next round. Bomb spotted. Enemy has dropped the bomb.
An extension for Falcon Gaming, who now have a 4-round lead.
Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired.
Bad Boy now charged with delivery of the bomb. Yet again. Takes down King. Perched up by the tank. Defending the A point. Charles dropped by Daddy Extra as the trades come through. They are 2-man down. Falcon Gaming, Muha and King are down as CMR joins them in the spectators bench. Only 1 man less for the side of Therapies. Denzel on the other side.
The bomb has been
Gonna try
planted.
and go for the A point. Bad Boy going for the plant. They don't notice. Daddy Extra comes through, forces his way, brute force, wins the gunfight. Bad Boy down. Daddy Extra, what's his move? Goes by the tank, a destroyed tank. For a gunfight. T-Black is waiting. He wins the gunfight. Denzel remains. He takes him down 3 for the price of 1. Oh my word. Khalid left to face up a 1v1 against Daddy Extra to try and keep them in the fight. This is to keep them in the fight, and he loses Daddy Extra. Clutch of the century. Clutch master flex.
Nice work.
Extra in his
Next
gameplay. 5-0. A statement from Falcon Gaming.
Destroy the objective. We got the bomb.
A statement from Falcon Gaming. Daddy Extra now carrying the ball. As the roles change, defense going the way of therapy now. Maybe this is it for them. Maybe they can muster up some sort of response. As Daddy Extra and CMR fall, Muha will go for the
Bomb
flank.
acquired.
But they first have to pick up the bomb. Omine does so. He'll try and join Muha at the B point. Muha just barely dodged an attack there as Denzel is watching. He tries to plant the bomb ninja style. Omine to put them on notice,
The bomb has
and
been
he
planted.
does so successfully. 40 seconds and counting. T Black about to meet the challenge, but by that mouse, he does so. Reflexes on the sniper. Muha on the solo challenge 1v4. Bad Boy Ninja defuse
Bomb defused.
brings them back by 1 round.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up.
Brings them back by 1 round.
Defend the objective. The enemy has the bomb.
Could be 1 more round for Falcon. The beginning of a comeback for therapy. CMR down. Daddy Extra drops Charles. And he extends this. He's dropped by Bad Boy. His advance stopped in its tracks. It's now a 2v2. Bad Boy wins the gunfight, drops King. 2v1. Suddenly Muha on his own, and it's cleaned out.
Lost that
In
round,
what
but
are
it's
the
not over
makings
yet.
of a comeback
Ready up.
from therapy? Will we be witnessing a collapse?
Destroy
Just
the objective.
1 round.
We got the bomb.
To keep this best of 3s alive for Falcon Gaming. They lost hard strength. They need Search and Destroy desperately to stay alive. Daddy Extra dropped by Khalid. Not good news for the comms for the side of Falcon. And he trades. No dice as King
Bomb has been
falls.
planted.
Further bad news for the side of Falcon Gaming as another snipe from Denzel, adding to the turmoil on that team. Moha under siege dropped, leaving CMR on his own by the A point. Completely surrounded, takes down Bad Boy. 1 down, but completely mobbed by 2 players. Coming in for Charles for an easy defuse to give them a 3-round
Lost
win.
that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up.
2 more to go. 2 more to go.
Defend the objective. They have the bomb.
Charged with the responsibility of carrying the bomb. It's Daddy Extra. It's going to go straight at the A point. Tosses a flashbang. Another one. Every possible being thrown out right now. CMR will go for the battle. Straight at it. Spraying and praying. Trying to hit anyone predictably. And he sees T-Black. T-Black is down. Sees Charles. Charles tries to run away.
Finish the
Just
mission.
not in time. Not fast enough. And now, suddenly on the back foot, Khalid. 1v5. As now it just might be on the clock. 40 seconds to make any move against 5 men. Khalid. To try and keep this comeback alive. As Falcon Gaming just might have completely squashed that hope of a comeback. Muha does so
Good work. Get
to
ready
keep
for the next
them
round.
in the fight. It's Falcon Gaming who takes Search and Destroy. Falcon Gaming takes Search and Destroy in such a convincing manner. Almost choked there. Almost choked there. They almost choked there, Falcon. So that leads us nicely into control. It leads us nicely into control.
It's a draw. Stand down.
The stats speak for themselves though. Daddy Extra carrying Pro Max for the side of Falcon Gaming with that search and destroy matchup. Their performance on Hardpoint wasn't convincing, but that has just changed with search and destroy as Falcon keep themselves alive to head into control. We head straight into control right now. The map of choice for control is Slums. For those just joining us, I'm your Maestro of Mayhem, Eugene Abu Dhabi. We're up and gunning weekly scrims brought to you by 10 and 80, proudly partnered with Carbon, helping you make financial choices every day. Not just any financial choices, sensible ones. Once again, game 1, which was a hard point, went the way of Therapy Esports. Therapy Esports down there. Up top is Falcon Gaming, who lost that hard point match just to bring it back in style in Search and Destroy. We brought it back convincingly, and now we segue nicely into control on Slums. The Gladiators towing the line for Therapy Esports. It's Khalid straight coming in as a super sub. Denzel, T-Black, and Jinx another super sub for Therapy Esports. Falcon Gaming walking the line in this wall-to-wall brawl. Knuckle dragging. It's CMR, Daddy Extra, Muha, King, and Almine. No subs for them. No subs for them. They choose to go with that same lineup that just squashed Therapy in Search and Destroy. Blast Tyson comes through as the replacement yet again, go into control. Oh, I spoke too soon. I don't know who Therapy are choosing to go with, but they seem to need some drastic measures, considering that their Search and Destroy performance wasn't impressive at all. That's being kind. They only managed to bring up what seemed like a comeback towards the end. What seemed like a comeback towards the end, but it wasn't to be. They still choked it out. Seems Therapy Esports is having some serious substitute choice issues. Having some serious issues with picking a sub. Either way, once again, we go into control in this best of threes, forced by the fact that Therapy Esports took Hardpoint but could not muster up a performance on Search and Destroy, giving Falcon Gaming the win there. Looking at the performances, or rather the fight cards tonight, the fixtures on the fight card tonight, Falcon Gaming once again faced up against Therapy Esports in the first of our semi-final matches. The next semi-final matches will see Rank Nerds face up against Stormforce. Rank Nerds, the only team so far in this series this week that actually showed up last week as well. For now, Falcon Gaming just took Search and Destroy rather. Therapy Esports took Hardpoint, which was game 1. We're even a piece in this best of threes. sending us into control right now. Sending us into control as the matchup on control begins now. Control, the match whose venue is slums, a very open map, open to streaks, open to a lot of mayhem, frankly. But control, a very precarious mode, a baby between search and destroy and hardpoint, shared lives, and the objective of capturing points. As we go into control for one more round, one more game, this is Falcon Gaming versus... This is Falcon Gaming versus Therapy Esports. Right now we just started. The task of defending the point falls on Falcon Gaming in blue. Capturing the point goes the way of Therapy. The lives beginning at 30 apiece. T-Black's peculiar choice of going with the sniper on a control mode, a very close encounter matchup. He's going to use the DLQ as an automaton. Really, bold choice there. I want to see if he'll be able to do so, and he does so on King there. Still, the objective not being met as Therapy have to actually capture a point. The clock is ticking for them to do so, and they still have their superiority in life. They're choosing to go the way of the gunfights instead, as they waste away Falcon Gaming's lives right now. 13 lives left for Falcon Gaming right now. Falling behind as now finally sending a body into the point at A to try and stop the clock. 16 lives drastically reduced by Falcon Gaming, who fight back.
Enemy down.
On their end, they're still behind in the life count. 12 lives to 16 for Therapy. Therapy still not meeting the objective as it's cleaned out by Falcon. The A point cleaned out by Falcon Gaming. Lives still shared. 10 lives as they fall behind. The clock still ticking to capture the A point. 1 minute left to do so, to make a move on the A point. Denzel going to try and go and stop the clock. Sends himself in, but stopped by CMR. The clock is ticking. 40 seconds to make a move. CMR holding Muha on the other side by the window. That exploded card. Denzel going to go that knowing that the clock is ticking on his part. The rest of the team is quite far off on that objective. Denzel finally in there to stop the clock. He does so successfully. Can he hold the line as Almine comes through to buy time for Jinx to come through? King as the backup to clean house for Falcon Gaming. 20 seconds to make a move, but for Falcon, only 4 lives left to 6 lives for Therapy. 20 seconds to capture the A point. Can they stop the clock? It's complete pandemonium for the last 10 seconds as Falcon are trying to buy time with little lives, and they've evened out the lives. They're still buying time. T-Black to go in and stop the clock. Can he do so? He does so momentarily. He's cleaned out by King. King, who successfully buys time for Falcon Gaming, putting on a masterclass with a deficit of lives. With a deficit of lives.
Grenade.
A deficit of lives. We're going for the second on the objective of capturing the point, still going the way of Falcon Gaming. They go in for the B point. They're going straight at B, sending bodies there. Sending bodies at the B point.
Friendly airstrike incoming.
And they're about to do so. King is in there. Falcon just put on a masterclass defensive showmanship there. And they just might be doing so. 25 lives apiece right now. 5 lives taken on each side. Traded evenly. But they have taken one objective so far. Falcon Gaming. And the B point is theirs. Hayes stopping the advance with an annihilator, but King stops him in its tracks. They now have the A point to contend for. Falcon Gaming, the A point that so desperately
We've taken the lead.
Therapy Esports could not take. Now they have to defend. Therapy up for the task of frustrating. Frustration is the mission here. To frustrate Falcon by any means necessary from taking the A point that's remaining. And they now have superiority in lives. A superiority in lives. The life count on their side, 20 to 15 for Falcon. Falcon with 14 lives left have to still take the A point as the clock is still ticking. Yellows all the way on the defense as Hayes does not see Muha coming through for the flank. T-Black saw him covering on each side as no blue can get near the A point right now. Daddy Extra and Almine trying to put up an attack. Denzel waiting to defend by the window, shredded by Almine. T-Black on the other side of the window will try to muster up a response. The Vortex gun cleans him out. They set foot in there, the audacity to stop the clock. It's Almine who's in there to do so. Now Tyson trying to send himself in there and gets dropped. Denzel going to force his way, going for the flank as the A point almost completely fully taken. With little lives left, only 4 lives left among the Falcon Gaming side as the A point gets cleaned out. They're now losing out because of that disadvantage in the life count. 12 lives left for Therapy Gaming, Therapy Esports. King trying to force his way in. Jinx is in there, but he's dropped. Only 1 life left, and it's Daddy Extra left up against an 11 life count for Therapy Esports, and no chance evening things out on this control matchup. Yeah, the gameplay is lagging because of the game loop. Sorry, it's going to even out in a second if I don't keep clearing the RAM. It will clear out on its own. Now Daddy Extra with a task of defensive task falling the way for Falcon Gaming in blue. Trying to stop an advance from Therapy Esports. Hayes in the point. Hayes in the point with bodies all yellow on the B point. They send numbers that way to quickly capture it. One objective being put out of the way. It seems that has been an easy thing for both teams when it comes to their side for the uptake of their point. When it's their turn to take the hill. They seem to be able to take the first point quite easily by forcing their way in. But when one team completely digs in like a tick on the remaining point, which has been A so far, it hasn't been possible for either team to do so. And now A, the only point remaining for Therapy Esports in yellow to take back. They have a superiority in life count. 27 lives, the advantage. As Falcon have fallen behind the life count. They have 15 lives left. 14. Spoke too soon, commentators curse. But they have set foot in the A point. Therapy have set a bit of foot in the A point, but it's being cleaned out right now. There's nobody in there to stop the count, to stop the clock as Jinx tries to force his way in. The claw from King shredding any advance on the A point. Denzel being careful, goes prone. But cleaned up by Almine, who's waiting by the corner. Hayes dropped by Almine. Jinx versus Almine, no dice. Tyson waits in there, and he's going to go in responsible for the take for the A point. He has Jinx's backup. They just might take the A objective. They have the numbers, they have the lives. Only 1 life left, and Daddy Extra cannot meet the challenge. As finally A falls the way of Therapy Esports. This might be the last round for Therapy. But suddenly they've just lost 1 teammate. Therapy Esports have just lost 1 teammate. Therapy Esports have lost 1 teammate right now. The question is, can they still hold the line? Defense is their mantra right now as the B point swarmed by blue bodies. Swarmed by blue bodies right now.
We're capturing B.
As Therapy face the barrel of a 5v4. What I assume is lag, but it's too late to do anything about that. They just have no choice but to hold on with 4 men. 4 soldiers on the field. 4 gladiators left to hold the line. Now the A point, the only objective left, 27 lives apiece. By the way, the disadvantage of a 1-man deficit. CMR tries to force his way in. Almine goes through and might successfully do so. It's blue. It's all blue in there as Almine leads the charge on the uptake for the A hill. Is well on his way to do so. Halfway taken. The Vortex gun cleans house. He might meet Denzel. Denzel drops him out to try and clean it out. Somehow, Therapy Esports, even with only 4 men, have the advantage in life count with only 22 lives for them. 22 lives, 21 lives for Therapy Esports, but 18 for Falcon Gaming. 17, spoke too soon. King forces his way into the hill, might meet 2 men, takes down 1. Jinx takes down Muhai. Meets T-Black. T-Black cleans him out. CMR might force his way in for the contest and sees Denzel. Denzel hides behind the dumpster and successfully does so, leaving room for Daddy Extra to come in as backup. CMR and Daddy Extra clean out the house. Tyson and company. CMR cleans out by the alleyway. All yellows being dropped. A full squad wipe by the doorway as they are well on their way to clean out the A point, completely take it through as Falcon Gaming going in for GG's. The contest comes through. Jinx holding on for dear life with on his own solo effort to try and clean out the A point, takes down Moha. CMR cleans out a full squad wipe of Falcon Gaming. Tyson comes through as the backup finally. It was almost a complete full take for Falcon Gaming, but Jinx held on for the backup to come back. And it's now a battle of lives as the contests are still on. This is down to the wire. 8 lives for Falcon, 8 lives for Therapy Esports, 4 lives for Falcon Gaming, who still have superiority in numbers. I spoke too soon. 4v4. 2 lives left for Falcon, who had this in the bag. And now, in a masterclass of choking, with 1 life left, Daddy Extra under siege, cleaned out by Tyson, who takes the win for Therapy Esports in the most unlikely way. In the most unlikely fashion, Therapy Esports take the win on Control, sending them to the finals directly. Dear Lord. Therapy Esports have literally stolen it from Falcon Gaming for a second. For a second, Falcon was still in the fight. Falcon was still in the fight. They literally dragged this down to the wire as Therapy Esports sent Falcon Gaming packing. Therapy Esports sent Falcon Gaming packing. Wow. Which makes us segue nicely into the next matchup right now, as we already have one of our finalists in the form of Therapy Esports. Now in the fight to choose our next finalist, Rank Nerds will face up against Stormforce. We move nicely into that lobby Rank Nerds will face up against Storm Force. Rank Nerds face up against Storm Force in our second semi-final. We already have one of our finalists, and that is Therapy Esports, who literally stole it from right under the noses of Falcon Gaming. They forced that one down to the wire. As we wait for the members of Storm Force. Rank Nerds versus Storm Force coming up next now. Rank Nerds versus Storm Force coming up now. Rank Nerds versus Storm Force coming up right now. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
500,000 Kenya shillings. That journey starts now with Qualifier 1 beginning today. The teams that signed up for Qualifier 1 will be duking it out on 4 maps. This is the Pro Series Gaming Mobile Masters Finals. 20,000 Kenya shillings on the line today in both Battle Royale. 9 seconds. Wazi Joe is running down the clock, but
He wins, he
wastes
plays
time, but he gets the snipe. Oh my goodness!
What a way to win the game.
Oh, the last 3 seconds. Are you kidding? Swept through, and it's finally going, settling the way of the yellows. Malawi threatening exactly what everyone did not expect they do, and that's a comeback. Jones holds from the low ground, and ex-wife spot out a snipe from a long distance. What can he do there? Oh, get one shot off! Oh my goodness! Can he finish the job? And you find an inch into the hill. Destroyed. Malawi hold the line. Malawi hold the line. Malawi hold the line for a comeback. Malawi hold the line for a comeback. It's 200 and 206. They come back. This is it, people.
I got enemies. I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy.
Dead.
And just like that, we're back. We just saw Falcon Gaming face up against Therapy Esports, and Therapy Esports secured their way straight into the finals. Right now, we will see these two teams face up in the second semi-final. These are Rank Nerds versus Storm Force. Rank Nerds versus Stormforce. Rank Nerds were here last week in the up and gunning weekly scrims. Newcomers Stormforce face them in the second semi-finals tonight. That's who we're waiting for right now. That's who we're waiting for right now. That's who we're waiting for right now. Once again, for those just joining us, I'm your Maestro of Mayhem, Eugene Abadabi. We do this every week in the up and gunning weekly scrims brought to you by 10 and 80. Proudly partnered with Carbon. Back to the lobby. Rank Nerds about to face up with Stormforce in the second semi-finals tonight. We've already seen Therapy Esports make their way swiftly into the finals by beating out Falcon Gaming. Now, if these guys don't show up soon, they're gonna have to forfeit their place. Rank Nerds are already up top, as you can see, represented by Sigma, Zanes, Mazer, Dad, and X. Going the line for the Rank Nerds, this is Sigma, Zane, Mazer, Dad, and X. As we wait up for the Stormforce, we just saw Therapy Esports make their way into the final by beating out Falcon Gaming. Therapy took hardpoint. Falcon traded in with Search and Destroy with a stellar performance there, but just could not match it up on control. Therapy secure their place in the final this week. Rank Nerds face up against Stormforce to determine the second finalist. Right, it seems alright, that's a forfeit. Okay, I'm being told this is a forfeit, a straight forfeit for Stormforce, who did not show up. Alright, that's a straight forfeit. We're going straight to the finals. So Stormforce disqualified by not showing, by being late, basically. Stormforce disqualified by not showing up, essentially. Stormforce did not show up, they are disqualified. So we move forward straight to the finals. Stormforce disqualified by being late, essentially. Stormforce are late, so we move forward straight to the finals. Straight to the finals. Meaning the final is... Meaning the final will see Falcon Gaming, rather, Therapy Esports, not Falcon. Therapy Esports face up against Rank Nerds. Therapy Esports, who won the first semi-final, face up against Rank Nerds, who proceed by virtue of Stormforce being disqualified. So Rank Nerds versus Therapy Esports is our final to this week, rather. Is our grand final this week in the up and gunning weekly scrims. Therapy Esports versus Rank Nerds, our grand final this week. Therapy Esports versus Rank Nerds. We're going to take a short break to give room for Therapy to get back into the room, and I'm certain they do not expect to play so soon. I'm certain Therapy do not expect to play this fast. So I'm gonna give them a short 5-minute window to get back into the lobby. We'll be right back.
Dead.
500,000 Kenya shillings. That journey starts now with Qualifier 1 beginning today. The teams that signed up for Qualifier 1 will be duking it out on 4 maps. This is the Pro Series Gaming Mobile Masters Finals. 20,000 Kenya shillings on the line today in both Battle Royale. 9 seconds. Wazi Ju is running down the clock, but
He wins. He
wastes
plays
his time,
style.
but he gets the snipe. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
What a way to win the game.
Oh, the last 3 seconds. Are you kidding? Swept through, and it's finally going, settling the way of the yellows. Malawi threatening exactly what everyone did not expect they do, and that's a comeback. Jones holds from the low ground, and ex-wife spot out a snipe from a long distance. What can he do there? Whoa. Oh, get one shot off! Oh my goodness! Can he finish the job? And to find an inch into the hill. Destroyed. Malawi hold the line. Malawi hold the line. Malawi hold the line for a comeback. Malawi hold the line for a comeback. It's 206. They come back. This is it, people. 500,000 Kenya shillings. That journey starts now with Qualifier 1 beginning today.
Dead.
I got enemies. I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy.
Dead.
I got enemies. I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy.
Dead.
And we're back, and we're back, and we're back. As we segue straight into the finals. This is Therapy Esports versus Rank Nerds. Let me take you there straight away. As we're already on Hardpoint. Hardpoint has begun. Currently in the lead. This are your Therapy Nerds. Therapy Nerds represented by Charles in yellow, Denzel, Jinx, Tyson, and Bad Boy. Graphics will settle in soon. I don't know why Game Loop keeps doing this. But X, Dad, Mazzer on YT, Zanes, and Sigma towing the line for Rank Nerds. Dad. The CBR4 completely shredding by the point in the second hill. Right now, as Rank Nerds take the lead on this particular hardpoint game. This is a best of fives, people. Best of fives. Jinx comes to try and force his way in there into the hill. Dad and Mazzer on YT, wise to his act, covering both entrances as the streaks finally come in, and he gets Denzel. Actually, Charles, who's outside. But Bad Boy comes through to try and spoil the party. Denzel, who's coming through to contest, and take it back for the last 10 seconds for the side of Therapy Esports. Therapy, 25, as they approach the 30 mark for the last 5 seconds on that particular hill. The contest comes through to spoil the party. It's Zane's Petty AF. Not going to let him have an inch into the hill. The Annihilator comes through to prevent any uptake as Zane's kill after kill. Denzel and Charles downed, and Denzel yet again and Charles not learning their lesson, walking straight into the bullets. Denzel dropped by that Annihilator yet again as Zanes does the job of keeping them frustrated. Jinx comes through to try and slide cancel. Slide cancel is you as he gets slapped out before he could even get anywhere near the point. As Zanes, we're staying with Zanes on his streak here. Zanes, as he's dropped by Bad Boy, he finally spoils the party for him. Bad Boy following along with Jinx to try and spoil the party, and it's Mazzer and White who's in the hill, preventing any uptake. He gets the scrap time in there for the side of Rank Nerds. Rank Nerds are finally playing their first game. Playing the first game today, and blast Tyson.
We lost the lead. Hardpoint identified. Capture the objective.
Spoils the party there. Yeah, sends out his hunter killer drone. Going in to get the scrap time. It's already rotated. Rotation's coming through. 102 on 32 is the current score, as now the Rank Nerds trying to get in that comfortable lead. The Vortex gun from Mazzer to frustrate Promax, prevent any entry as Bad Boy tries to find his way in there. The contests come through, and they finally do get an inch into the hill with backup coming through, but also contests. Sigma dropped as Dad still contesting from the outskirts. Sees Charles, sprays at him with the CBR4, but Denzel just in time to keep things flowing the way of Therapy Esports. As Therapy, for the last 10 seconds, hit 60. Contest from Sigma. Denzel didn't even have to fire. X comes through, dropped by Bad Boy. Well covered for the side of Therapy, who now have things handled. Can they catch up is the questions. The rotations now in the very open hill out there where the streaks can really get you. The streaks can really get you. There's no hiding place, no prone that can save you, because from any corner, from any place, someone can respawn. And just case in point, speak of the devil, Bad Boy with a Predator missile, which catches nobody. The hill quite empty. Nobody's willing to waste their lives out there. Zanes, ballsy AF, going in there, takes down Bad Boy, takes down Jinx with him. 2 for the price of 1. Bad Boy on the respawn. Zanes waiting, sees Bad Boy, reflexes, situational awareness on fleek. But Tyson, wiser to his act. Maz on YT takes the risk of taking that point, but 10 seconds left, going the way of Therapy Esports right out in that open hill. Zanes versus Jinx, as Jinx loses the gunfight. Mazza and Whitey. The rotations come through. Sigma first up with Mazza as backup on that second hill. Now it's a full 3 of the rank nerds to try and hold this particular second hill. As the rotations come through, the vortex gun prevents both entrances that are not covered, as the 3 men try to hold, as the other 2 remaining members of the rank nerds still try to hold from the outskirts. That's X, and hold from anyone who respawns there. You might see Bad Boy going to go and try and flank him, but late to the act, as Mazza, still holding the line, sees Denzel, drops him, and Jinx drops X in return. Jinx now trying to find any inch into that hill, as the 166 points is where we're at with rank nerds, who are now showing their might, showing their teeth in this hardpoint match. They may have missed out on an actual fight in the semi-finals due to a disqualification of their opponents, but they're now showing their teeth in this final, showing they have deserved their place in this finals either way. The rotations come through, closing in on the 200 mark. Almost GG's. Rank nerds almost closing in, but currently that hill the way of Therapy Esports. Denzel, the gravity vortex gun, didn't get to use it as much. Charles holding the line, preventing an uptick with Jinx at the backup, but Dad does the drop. He's hurt. He sneezes, he's gone, and Bad Boy made sure he sneezed. He flicked first. Back the way of the Blues. They overwhelm in the numbers. Sigma leading that charge. It's rank nerds cleaning house. Last 20 seconds rather, as they hit the 200 mark, closing in on GG's on this hardpoint matchup. They might take the win. They just might do it. They need another full 60 to get to 250. The 100 mark is just where the Therapy Esports managed to get to. We're going to segue into Search and Destroy really soon, from the looks of it, by this momentum. Dad with the situational awareness to go in early into the next point. He sees the yellows, goes with the vortex gun, prevent any entrance, and it gathers in, racking up the kills. No entry. Entry denied for Therapy Esports. Dad responsible as he gathers the kills there. 27 kills for himself. Nicely done as we close in on 250 for rank nerds, who have proven they have earned their place in this final. The streaks coming through as Dad continues his rampage. This man is on a hunt. As we go in, GG's, rank nerds take the win on this hardpoint matchup. They take the win on this hardpoint matchup convincingly. Hardpoint goes the way of the rank nerds. The rank nerds take point. They take the win on the hardpoint.
Stand down.
We remain. We have Search and Destroy coming in next. Search and Destroy coming in next. Search and Destroy is next. What just happened? What just happened? Why did these guys just leave the room? Oh, I'm seeing on Discord that Therapy Esports forfeit. It seems Therapy Esports have forfeit. Therapy Esports seem to have forfeit. They say they're playing on a high MS, 120 ping. They choose to forfeit. Okay. They forfeit. Wow, that gives Rank Nerds the automatic win yet again. They're trying to be convinced to host the room and see if it will be any better, but people are hooked up. Let's entertain. They really want their opponents. These are the Rank Nerds really itching to play a game. They just got to play, but final decision. They're getting one more chance. Yep, they choose to forfeit. They choose to forfeit. They have chosen the way of the forfeit. Rank Nerds are this week's winners. Rank Nerds are this week's up and gunning winners. Correct, Virtual Games. Yep, Virtual Games, correct. That's correct. Rank Nerds are this week's up and gunning winners. They are this week's up and gunning weekly Scrims winners, which apparently closes out this week's up and gunning weekly Scrims, brought to you by 1080 and Carbon, their proud partner, helping you make responsible financial decisions. I have been your maestro of mayhem, Eugene Abu Dhabi. We do this every week, every weekend of the year. Every week and every weekend of the year we do this. So catch you next week for the up and gunning weekly Scrims. Make sure you sign up when registration is open. Get your chance in for glory in this weekly Scrims. Catch you on the flip side. Cheers.